In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things were made by God, and without God nothing came to be. What came to be through God was life, and this life was the light of the world. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Many of you have lost loved ones this year. Many of you have lost loved ones in past years. And that makes this holiday season especially difficult. And all of us are in the midst of a time in the pandemic that one reporter calls the valley of the shadow of death. Today is the winter solstice, also known as the longest night. For everyone walking in the valley of the shadow of death, for everyone in the midst of prolonged loneliness, for everyone for whom the Christmas season brings grief and pain along with joy and peace, know that you are not alone. This is a service where longing for light and hope is welcome. You are encouraged to long for light. Know that God is with you and loves you, and that this community is with you and loves you. On this long night, and in the light of the Holy One, let us worship God. We light this first candle to remember those whom we have loved and lost. We pause to remember clearly their faces, their voices, their bodies. We embrace and give thanks for the memories that bind them to us in this season of expectation, when all creation waits for the light. We remember them with love. May God's eternal love surround them. We light this second candle to remember the pain of the loss. Loss of relationships, loss of trust, loss of jobs, loss of health, loss of faith, loss of joy. We acknowledge and embrace the pain of the past, and we offer it to you, O God, asking that into our wounded hearts and open hands you will place the gift of peace, shalom. We remember that through you all things are possible. Refresh, restore, renew us, O God, and lead us into your future. We light this third candle to remember ourselves this Christmas time. We pause and remember the past weeks, months, and for some of us years that have been heavy with burdens. We accept and lay before you, God, the sharpness of memory, the sadness and grief, the hurt and fear, the anger and pain. We accept and lay before you the ways we feel we have fallen short, and the times we have spent blaming ourselves and you for all that we have suffered. We accept and lay before you the time we have walked alone in darkness and in knowledge of our own mortality. We remember that though we have journeyed far, and that while lost we may have turned away from the light itself has not failed. We remember that though winter may be upon us, and though the night be dark, with the turning of the wheel, the dawn will come, and dawn defeats the darkness. We light this fourth candle to remember faith, the gift of light and hope that God offers to us in the stories of Hanukkah and of Christmas, which both also began in abandonment, insecurity, and humbleness in a time of war and in a poor stable. We remember that the loving God who kept the light shining in the temple and who came to share this life with us promises us comfort and peace. We remember the one who shares our burdens, who shows us the way to the light, and who journeys with us into our tomorrows. A Blessing for the Longest Night by Jan Richardson. All throughout these months, as the shadows have lengthened, this blessing has been gathering itself, making ready, preparing for this night. It is practiced walking in the dark, traveling with its eyes closed, feeling its way by memory, by touch, by the pull of the moon, even as it wanes. So believe me when I tell you this blessing will reach you, even if you have not light enough to read it. It will find you even though you cannot see it coming. You will know the moment of its arriving by your release of the breath you have held so long, a loosening of the clenching in your hands, of the clutch around your heart, a thinning of the darkness that is drawn inside of you. This blessing does not mean to take the night away, but it knows its hidden roads, knows the resting spots along the path, knows what it means to travel in the company of a friend. So when this blessing comes, take its hand, get up, set out on the road you cannot see. This is the night when you can trust that any direction you go, you will be walking toward the dawn. Elizabeth Diaz, in a recent article in the New York Times, wrote, "The great irony of winter is that the moment darkness is greatest is also the moment light is about to return. Each year, the winter solstice comes with the promise that the next day will be brighter." May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May you find a way to smile with the Lord this night. And be in peace, now and forever. Amen.